What will the debate look like around pre-K and child care next session? It's a conversation we are continuing from last week's discussion as the governor's office continues building a public support campaign for his administration's Pre-K for All proposal. This week, the governor announced an endorsement from the Kentucky Association of School Administrators, building on last week's announcement that several local chambers of commerce were backing it, along with several local county level officials. In an interview with me this week, the governor says he will be discussing two different delivery models around his Pre-K for All proposal, arguing it will increase kindergarten readiness and boost workforce participation.
It's very different than where it started from. We've engaged with rank and file members of both parties, and even within a party, there's some disagreement on the delivery model. But what we need is a commitment to get something done this session.
If you go certain routes, you'll basically squeeze out private sector providers, which then limit you on the second shifts, weekends, and that holiday, what I'll call holiday, school year breaks that the governor keeps proposing on this universal pre-K.
I also sat down with Senate President Robert Stivers, who says his party may be more prioritized with addressing regulatory hurdles around daycare and pursuing options that will answer the needs of workers in shifts outside the school day or school year. Senator West, I want to start the conversation with you here. You are the Senate Education Chair. When the governor launched the pre-K town halls earlier in the summer, you wrote a statement that said, "We recognize the value of gathering input from a broad range of perspectives. That said, many details remain unclear, and as chair of the Senate Education Committee, you look forward to continued conversations about how best to expand access while ensuring any future proposals are effective, sustainable, and responsible." So 6 months later, how does that look?
So I would just want to come out and say, in my opinion, this session, it may be a non-starter. Universal pre-K may be a non-starter. That's my personal opinion. The number one reason for that is, where are we going to get the money? Where are we going to get the money to pay for universal pre-K? I've spoken to some people in the administration, and they mentioned that their revenue stream to pay for this would be lottery funds or sports gaming funds. And the problem with that is that sports gaming funds currently go to the permanent pension fund, and lottery funds are already allocated to other educational things like the KEYS scholarships and collaborative center for learning, reading items and things of that, very important things. And we really don't even have enough money within the lottery funds to pay for current KEYS. We're wanting to expand KEYS scholarships. So the number one question is, where's the money coming from? We don't have a proposal as far as a tax increase or other than that, and that, to me, that's a non-starter. I agree with Senator Stivers. A good place to start would be removing some of the barriers to child care that exist now. And there's been a lot of pressure on private providers, daycare providers, from the state through regulation, not allowing them to operate, shutting them down needlessly sometimes. And so I think we can start there if we want to kind of open this up.
Well, let's bring in Senator Berg here. What do you think about what Senator West is saying there? Would you all agree with some of the regulatory changes he's talking about there, or do you think that there is somewhere where we can find that money?
Basically, and this is, I mean, absolutely nothing personal, but I think we basically disagree on the basic premise. I've been a working mother my entire life. Never, ever had a single day of paid maternity leave, and had children to care for while I was working a full-time job as a physician. My children went to preschool because I felt that it was that important for them to get a solid, positive introduction to education. Because if you can't get a child to feel comfortable in school, if you can't get them to love being in school, you will not get that child educated, and that will impact the rest of that child's life. So for me, one of the absolute most important things to instill in a child as young as possible is a love for learning. And in this state, our children are way behind. More than 50% of our children show up at kindergarten not adequately prepared. They don't know where they live. They don't know how to write their name, and they don't even know the alphabet. This is at 5 years of age. They are woefully unprepared. And the experiences they're getting, and I can keep going forever, so I will quit, but the experiences they're getting at home and the experiences that they're getting in daycare are not the experiences that we want and need them to have at a very young age to instill the importance and the safety and the love and the want of school. That's where we need to start. If we're going to grow our workforce, if we are going to make Kentucky be competitive as a state in this country, we need to better educate our children. They grow up, the ones that leave this state have difficulty competing with children from states that do a better job educating their children. And education is an absolute foundation for success. And it doesn't have to be book learning. It can be hand learning, it can be tool learning, it can learn a trade. My grandfather was a plumber. There is nothing not admirable about tradesmen, but you got to give them something, and we're just not doing it. And last thing, because I talk too much, and I know I talk too much.
Just got a few seconds left here.
To say we don't have the money is really disingenuous, extraordinarily, and sir, you know that. I mean, we are intentionally decreasing our state income tax without caring about the fact that we don't have enough money in our coffers to feel comfortable offering an adequate education to our children.
Just want to give you a quick second to respond. We have to move on pretty quickly if you can.
Yeah, I just want to focus on the premise. The premise is that by decreasing taxes, which we've done, we've decreased personal income taxes from 5.5% to 3.5%, that means less revenue for the state. And actually what we've seen is the opposite's been true. With a lot of extra economic activity, the revenues to the state have actually increased tremendously over the past 5 to 6 years.
But there's absolutely no data available to show that that has true, and if there is any relationship whatsoever, and people have gone and looked for it. The economic boom that this state is undergoing at this point is multifaceted, sir. It has a lot to do with leadership in our executive branch. And to say that decreasing the state income tax has led to that, nobody will put that in writing. Absolutely, I've looked for it. Our own advisors will not say that we know that there's a connection.
I hate
Okay,
to.
we can move on.
The
I'm
fact
sorry.
remains the revenues to the state have increased. So
And
we have more money than we
But we
used
still
to
can't
have in our
afford
budget.
preschool.
Excited to see how this debate continues to develop, especially as we go into a budget year. Thank you both.